When you're about to do something and that little voice in your head is saying to you like, oh, like, no, that's so embarrassing. Like, they're gonna think you're so weird for doing that. Don't do it. Like, don't even bother. Who's actually saying that to you? Is it that person you're thinking of? No, it's you. You're the only one who's restricting yourself from living your life because of your words and your thoughts. No one else is actively telling you that you shouldn't do it. Well, in most cases. And even if they are, you have the ability to choose what you hear and what you actually take from that. Being negative and talking bad about yourself is literally another form of delusion. So why don't we just do the opposite? I used to think that I was so behind in life because my circumstances weren't matching up with the people around me. I didn't have a job and I still can't drive myself around, and I was constantly just beating myself up about it because I kept looking at my life through the lens of someone else. When at the end of the day, they're not even the ones judging me, I was judging myself. And if I was still judging myself to this day, I would never be on camera right now talking to you about this because I would be too embarrassed. But at the end of the day, I am the only person who's going to be looking back at my life and appreciating the things that I did because they were quote unquote embarrassing. So I only live for myself. When I would look at my life through the lens of someone else and judge myself, I found myself going back to old ways that were never going to make me happy, that weren't supporting my passions and weren't creating the best me that I could be. You need to stop tolerating yourself, bullying yourself, and the decisions that you make because they're different and more out there. If I kept doing that today, I would have never been open to the opportunities that I have today and that are making me so much more happier and supporting what I actually love to do. I'm going to be honest, the only real way that you can actually achieve this is by just constantly hardcore rejecting every single time you think bad about yourself and judge yourself. In my opinion, you get so much better at this when you actually create a concrete sense of self that you love and you're confident about, where no other person's words, perspectives, looks, or opinions can break that. You create that by actually embracing the quietness, embracing listening to your thoughts, and embracing doing what you love. Like, creativity literally makes me so happy. I literally feel so fulfilled whenever I do what I love and I create what I love, because that's literally what we were put on here to do. Like, we were made to create more. But this whole principle gets so much harder every single day because every single day and every single moment of our lives, we are constantly having something distracting ourselves from actually thinking for ourselves, which also leaves us no time to find things that we love and the things that make us happy. And that could be something that we could use to build our future. How can you take your own unique, beautiful self with your own unique perspectives, experiences, circumstances, opinions, take that entirety of self and compare that to someone else who has their own experiences, perspectives, opinions, circumstances? How can you take two completely different people with two completely different paths and compare them? There's no way of comparing them because they're completely different. That's like comparing a cup of water with a piece of paper and judging them on how well they can hold the water. Paper's not meant to hold the water, they're meant for something else. That was a really random analogy that I just literally took off the top of my head. All I'm trying to say is there is only one you. No one else is like you, and you're not going to be the same as anyone else. I want you to truly focus on yourself. Listen to yourself, and please listen to that urge that is always trying to push you into that thing that you've always wanted to do. No matter where I went and no matter what I did, I always had that urge pushing myself to do what I loved every single time. That entire principle, when I finally listened to it and focused on myself, completely changed my life in the span of literally 6 months. Like, it was literally 6 months today, 18th of February, that I was laid off my retail job. and I was begging her to keep me on because I didn't know how I was going to find another one. And now that I'm looking back on that, I'm so grateful that she let me go. Like I could not be more thankful because I would have never been put in the position to push myself in a different way and in a different direction. All I can say is there's so much futility in judging yourself and restricting yourself from doing what you actually want to do just to stay safe from someone else's words and opinions. And I think the funniest thing about that entire principle that I just said is that those words most of the time aren't even real and you've just created them in your head. And that is what is restricting you. That has so much power over you. It's you, no one else. That's basically all I want to say. Thanks for giving me some of your time. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. Bye.